Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Katie and today we are unboxing and creating with the November ScrwalrBox. If you're new here and you like this kind of thing, then why not hit that subscribe button, give us a good old like and drop a comment down below just to let me know you are enjoying it. And of course my lovely friends who are already subscribed, hello and welcome back. Boy, this is the longest intro ever. Because I didn't mention it at the start, our featured artist is Akankasha Balaru. I'm really sorry if I've mispronounced that, but it is a beautiful print, very reminiscent in fact of what we had at the start of the year. We also have the Scrwalr magazine, which you've seen me flick through just, a candy, a sticker, and of course the thing we're all here for, the supplies. We have a rather nice Fabriano A5 sketch pad. It's 120 GSM and it's got a lot of pages in it, which I am quite pleased with. The paper's actually quite nice and feels a little bit thicker than 120 GSM, which I'm all for. We have a gold Faber pencil in 2B. We've used these before, we know what's going on there. We have a Faber-Castell Echo pigment in size 0.1. A Derwent Slim Eraser, a good old Uni Posca in size 1MR in white, and some Bronzeal fine liner brush pens, 2 sets of them in fact. We have a Tokyo edition and a Venice edition, and they are quite nice colours, a little bit on the muted side but very nice, and they are dual tip pens, so you've got a fine liner at one end and a brush at the other. And I would recommend sticking around until the end of the video to see where I store them, because I treated myself again. This month's Scrwalr challenge is creating calm, and again it still has that feeling of the box we had at the beginning of the year where it was a sketch pad and some markers, but I'm not grumbling, I don't mind these, they're a nice change of pace. So to create a little art piece based on the theme of this month, I thought I would just do a character calmly sitting down and gazing into the horizon. And obviously with long flowy hair, because that's kind of just what I'm doing just lately. The Faber-Castell Echo liner pen was absolutely perfect for, well, lining everything, and I wanted this character to have a black outline. Now I'll be honest with you, the only thing I didn't really use on here was the Posca pen. It was white on white, and I know the type of ink these Bronzeal pens have. I just know it would activate it and you wouldn't get a true white, so I just didn't see the point, and I can put that to better use elsewhere. Once I'd got a bit of the black outline down and figured out where most of everything was going, it was time to decide what I was doing with that hand and then go on to outlining that too. As much as I actually really enjoyed this liner pen though, I do wish it had perhaps been a size bigger. I think comparing the nib size of this pen to the Bronzeal ones, you were in danger of it being a little bit lost. If you were wanting to just solely do line work and have a Zen doodle type effect, I think any black outline you're going to either have to go over it multiple times to make it the same thickness, or just omit using it altogether. That's only in my opinion. I always think if I'm having a black outline on something, I really want it to stand out, so I really had to be careful just how much detail I was having here and try and strike a good balance. Using the incredibly light grey, which we had, I believe, in the Tokyo pack, although I could be completely wrong, they're all mixed up now. But I thought this would be ideal just to mark out some areas of where I wanted shadow and just add a hint of drapery in our character's dress here. I loved the 2 blues that we had in the sets, and I thought that would be perfect for her hair. And they do say blue is a nice calming colour, so what better way to emphasise this with our character than to just give her lovely, nice, long, blue, calm hair. I did think that the paper would bleed through with these pens because they are water based and they also do have a habit of chewing up paper if you overly apply, but I was very pleasantly surprised it didn't go through onto the other side or onto the other page. However, you still could make it out on the other side of the page, which can be a little off-putting for some people, me included. I like it to be completely clear of any blemishes or any bleed through, so I think this is going to be one of them sketchbooks where I just draw on one sheet at a time rather than both sides of the sheet. It just doesn't happen with me, I'm sorry. I did quite like the brush nibs on these though. The only concern I have is they don't stay pointy for long, and that might be because I was perhaps using them at the wrong angle. They do tend to last a little longer if you use them on the side, but then you can't get those incredibly fine lines, and I mean finer than what you have on the fine end. I know, that doesn't make sense either, does it? I actually think these pens would also double up quite nicely if you used them as perhaps a watercolour pen and just added a damp brush on there to move things around a little bit. They are very versatile though, and I did enjoy using them, and they were quite comfortable to hold as well. I feel like you could get some really nice good gestorial lines there and just show some movement as well as colouring in larger areas. Of course, unlike the favoured alcohol markers, you do run the risk of there being a little bit of streaking, but we kind of know this with water-based markers, so I always think, well, work with that, make that part of your feature, just play around and you'll eventually realise how the pens behave on the paper and how you can use that to your advantage. Of course, we do still have the fine end of the pens, and I thought that would be a great way to add, I guess, a lace detail to our figure's dress here. Because I added those grey lines underneath, that just gave me a bit of a foundation where I could concentrate the density of these little scribbles to create this lace effect, and as well, it added a bit of depth in there beforehand, and it does peep through ever so slightly. Part of me was wanting to do a specific pattern, but I've been a little bit pressed for time today. I had work in the afternoon, so literally I had about 2 hours to get this video done and obviously make sure I got something decent for you guys to watch and enjoy. But this got me thinking a little bit, and I wonder if I can get this sketchbook using just these materials, maybe a couple of additional ones, and get it finished by the end of the year for you to enjoy, rather than doing a beyond the box. If I can make it to the end of the year by filling this in, I'll obviously save a couple of drawings to turn into videos, but would you guys enjoy that? Please let me know down below. I'm not going to keep any particular theme in here, I'm just going to go with it, enjoy the doodles so to speak. I guess a little bit like the one I did at the start of the year, and that would make quite a nice bookend for 2021, don't you think? Anyway, whilst I was waffling on there, I also used the other pink that we had in the set, again just to add a few more creases and details into her clothing before just adding some floral motifs behind, again just to give a nice sense of calm. I guess I should let you guys know Upcrate has also arrived. I'm having to sort of take a bit of thinking time as to what to do with that, but hopefully there should be a video up on Friday, so please, 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 if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed, have your notifications turned on too, so you don't miss out on that unboxing and creating with. It's quite a fun box. Now it is the last time to add some more crease details in there, and there was a deep burgundy, I mean it was very deep, and I just thought that would work really well to add some of the deeper creases in there, as well as carrying on that lace pattern. Again, it just adds a little bit of depth, a little bit of movement, and I'm just playing around on here. It's all part of the fun of these mystery unboxings. We don't know what we get, it's thrust upon us, and we have to just find a way with it, and that's okay. There was a very, very, very deep grey in the set, almost black but not quite, and that was just ideal for adding some additional hair strands in there, and we are pretty much done. Of course, let me know in the comments down below what you think. I do enjoy reading what you guys put and your thoughts on things. Now, I also picked up a ScrwalrBox pencil case. It's almost like they released these and this box at the same time so they would all get on. Look how cool that is. perfect. If you've enjoyed this video, there should be a couple more on screen that I think you're going to enjoy. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you all very soon.